Scholarships to scholarship itself in the scholarship. One more absence and you'll be expelled. And if you just put your head down, if you just put your head down.
So for Pools, I want to kind of know what your inspiration was for the film or how you went about writing it.
Yeah, I went into it with really just the premise in mind. I wanted to make a John Hughesian type of coming of age movie, and I wanted it to be about pool hopping. I thought that was just the perfect premise to explore, that kind of a movie and those kinds of characters having that escape. And I thought that the image of a pool, of like a glowing blue pool at night, was such a beautiful symbol and felt so spiritual and magical to me. So it started there, and it started with the characters. I had these characters in my head of Michael, the AC man, played by Michael. And I had, who I had always envisioned him in the role. And then I had this kind of vague picture in my head of Kennedy, who I could really feel kind of who she was and what she was all about, because she was essentially me in college. But I didn't really know who she would be until I noticed Odessa in a friend's Instagram story and was like, oh my gosh, that's got to be the girl. And so anyway, I'm kind of rambling now, but that whole combination of things led to this story that ended up, just as I filled out the story, becoming sort of a character-driven story that ended up becoming just sort of my story, sort of retold or compressed into a couple days, in terms of the inspiration for what it's really about on a deeper level.
Wow, I love that. I didn't realize that you had such a personal connection to the story, and that just makes it so much more meaningful then. And then,
yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Michael, when it comes to your character, yeah, I'm like, is that a coincidence, or did you say Michael's gonna be in this and I'm naming him Michael?
No, not a coincidence. It was always going to be Michael, and the name was Michael. Michael is always named Michael in all the roles he plays, actually.
There's a bit amongst our friends. Yeah. If you look at my IMDb, even the show I was on for 4 years, Roswell, my name was Michael in that show. So there's this weird thing going on where I'm always playing a different version of Michael, and Sam thought it would be hilarious if I did it again. And so he trolled me. He trolled me.
No, that's not even Mike, Michael. No, I love that. Do you find that you have a lot of similarities with your character, or any personal experience that you draw in to play Michael?
Yeah, definitely. I think growing up in Chicago and knowing so many people who are, tough, blue collar workers, looking forward to a beer after a long day and going home and hanging out with their family or their friends or whatever it may be. We know a lot of people like that. I grew up with a lot of people like that on the south side of Chicago. But I think, I think at the end of the day, whatever is going on in my life for a given role is what I'm bringing into the role. And sometimes it might not feel like it would align at all with whatever character you're playing. But I think more times than not, it does align. And so there was a lot of stuff going on in my life at the time that we shot that movie. Even the idea of Pools bringing me back to Chicago for the longest time since summer in college, where I got to spend time with my family in Chicago, right? That even changed my perspective as we're filming this movie, because it's dude, I made a choice to go out to LA and be away from my family, but look how great it is to be home and be with my family. Just like Michael has to make a choice of, okay, maybe it's okay being fired and taking a risk and going off and starting his own company, right? So anytime, whatever is real in my life is what I'm bringing to the character, whether I realize it in advance reading the script or realize it once I get on set. But a lot of that came together while we were filming Pools.
Oh, I love that. Okay, that's so nice. Did you find that your character changed in unexpected ways during filmings, or you as a person?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it was still, early 30s, coming to terms with who you are and what this ride of life is and what's going to happen next. And I think watching Sam navigate a set like that on his first feature, inspired me big time, not only as a character to just let loose and be as free and open and malleable as I could be with all the different characters in the given story, but it inspired me to go shoot a proof of concept for the next movie we would make together, Crossword. So not only on an acting level did it inspire me, but watching him do that was like, hell yeah, this is so awesome. I love this. I love everything about making movies, and watching him navigate and control the ship like that inspired me to go start that process. Because I mean, look, Sam, you know, we made this movie years ago and it's finally finding its footing and people are really liking it, but it is a journey. Indie film is such a journey, and you need your friends to be inspiring you on camera and off camera.
Absolutely. And just off of that, I mean, you and Joe making your first movie 5 years apart is one of the main things that inspired me to make this movie, and to just say like to stop waiting around for permission. So many people in Hollywood are just waiting for some big, you know, studio or something to come in and be like, oh yeah, we're going to give you $5 million to make your movie. Like, it's never going to happen. You just got to fucking do it, you know? And so like seeing you and Joe just like doing it, like, okay, we're going to make, you know, $150,000 movie, a $200,000 movie, and we're going to scrap it together however we can and just do it. That inspired me to be like, oh, I'm going to do that with my movie, you know, like it's time to stop waiting around, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I love that. You both inspired each other. Sam, now you got to get into acting.
Yeah. I used to take some acting.
Like that?
Yeah. Some acting classes.
That goes a long way.
Yeah. That's true. When I was in the acting school, I didn't have the mustache, so maybe that's why it didn't work out.
All right, time to go back out there.
Yeah.
And then I'll start writing, and then I can cast you both, and then we'll inspire.
Perfect.
And then you'll be hosting. See, just a circle.
Great. Yeah. Just keep the circle going.
Love. Well, that's great to know, because like I'm also an actor too. So hearing things like that, and I'm like, it's very inspiring.
Oh, nice.
Some like quick rapid fire questions. These are some like fun ones that I love throwing out. If Pools had a summer playlist, what songs would be on it?
Pools does have a summer playlist. And well, there's two. There's the playlist that I created going into set, like before we filmed the movie, as like a vibe that I shared with everybody. And so there's that playlist, which I can send to you. And then there's then there's also the official Pools playlist, which is all the songs from the movie. We had this amazing music supervisor named Payman Maskin, Radish Music, and an incredible composer, Cody Fry, who wrote an original song for the movie, as well as a lot of other great artists in the movie. Rachel Kennedy, Odessa herself wrote a couple songs for the movie. So there's a playlist. Odessa's song isn't on there yet, but we're working on it. And it's called the Pools Official Playlist on Spotify.
I love it. Straight to the point. Okay. And if Pools had a summer snack, what would it be?
Takis.
I was going to say Lunchables.
Lunchables.
Lunchables and cigarettes.
Hot take. Charcuterie boards are just adult Lunchables.
Yes.
Yeah.
True take.
There's nothing wrong with eating a Lunchable in a bar. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
I love that. Takis. Do you have a lot of Takis on set?
No, but we love Takis.
Oh, I love that. Amazing. I think that's the time that I have. But thank you both so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Lindsay.
It's been great. Thanks so much.
Good luck with everything. Yeah.
Oh, you too. Okay, Mickey Mouse shirt. I saw that.
Yeah, you like that? Little
Hey.
jumping for joy, little guy. Yeah. One of my favorite shirts.
It looks vintage. I collect vintage stuff, so I'm like, is it or is it?
It is. Oh yeah, it's vintage for sure. Yeah.
Okay, I love that. I love it. Michael,
Yeah.
what's on your shirt? Oh, is that from Crossroads? I did a little research.
Yes, crossword. Yes, crossword. Yeah.
Crossword.
Yeah,
Everybody,
yeah.
literally everyone in the world has called it Crossroads.
They love calling it that. No, I swear it's not a big. I'm honestly at this point I should just change the name. Let's be real.